This is Sandeep. Welcome to Sand Compounding. Quality businesses is very important thing when we invest in a stock. You need to see how great the quality is of that business. So Warren Buffett, the legendary investor himself, has transpired from value cigar butt investing to investing in quality businesses after Charlie Munger, another legendary investor, joined him in Berkshire Hathaway. Fundamentally understand the concept that investing in great quality businesses at fair price is better than investing in fair businesses at great prices. So as Mr. Buffett puts it, time is the friend of wonderful businesses and enemy of mediocre businesses. So it's very important to understand this concept. Whenever we invest, always look for quality. When I say quality, there are a lot of parameters which we will get into eventually during the course. And at this point, just take a look at these videos from two legendary investors, Warren Buffett and Mr. Munger, when they talk about investing in wonderful businesses. It's a very important concept.
So now I would rather buy a wonderful business at a fair price than a fair business at a wonderful price. But in those days, I was buying cheap stocks. And Berkshire was selling below its working capital per share. You got the plants for nothing, you got the machinery for nothing, you got the inventory and receivables at a discount. It was cheap, so I bought it. And 20 years later, I was still running a lousy business, and that money did not compound. You really want to be in a wonderful business, because the time is the friend of the wonderful business. You keep compounding, it keeps doing more business, and you keep making more money. Time is the enemy of the lousy business. I could have sold Berkshire, perhaps liquidated it, and made a quick little profit, one puff. But staying with those kind of businesses is a big mistake. So you might say I learned something out of that mistake, and I would have been way better off taking what I did with Berkshire is I kept buying better businesses. I started the insurance business, See's Candy, the Buffalo, all kinds of things. I would have been way better doing that with a brand new little entity that I'd set up rather than using Berkshire as the platform. Now I've had a lot of fun out of it. I mean, everything in life seems to turn out for the better, so I don't have any complaints about that, but it was a dumb thing to do.
So, Charlie, where did this thinking about investing, that you don't buy cheap bargains, but you look for really good companies, come from?
I have a habit in life, which is I look at it and I observe what works and what doesn't. And I'd seen so many idiots get rich in easy business. So Charlie, naturally, I wanted to be in an easier business.
Charlie, it was very interesting to me when I first met Charlie. He had, a number of clients. His father had a number of clients, and he had thought about the businesses of each one of those clients probably in a much more perceptive way than most of them have thought about them themselves. I mean, he was incapable of not thinking through what the realities of the situation were, and what could be done about it, and he just analyzed things.
What would work and what wouldn't, and why. It's so simple.
So what are a couple of those early investments that were reflective of this new philosophy of buying really good companies?
Well, in terms of stocks, something like American Express would have been that had gotten some trouble, but it was a wonderful business, and there were some others that, in terms of buying the entire business, I probably didn't realize what a wonderful business our first insurance purchase was, but I knew it was a good business. The first real business we bought that way was See's Candy. I mean, it was really an outstanding business, and I still had enough elements from my past that I really didn't want to pay the last few $1 million, and
few million, you didn't want to pay the last 25,000.
Yeah, and Charlie reminded me that I was slipping back into the Stone Age again, and got me to move.
So let's talk a little bit about your philosophy of managing companies. Berkshire Hathaway does not buy companies that have bad managers, right? Which is a little bit unusual. I mean, a lot of people like to buy good companies with bad managers and then replace them.
We tried.
You don't do that.
We tried it, and with the predictable results. And life is so much more fun this way too. I mean, who wants to spend their life trying to change people from their natural approach it.
You want to ruin your life, spend it trying to change your spouse.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
Marrying somebody to change him is crazy, and I would say hiring somebody to change him is just as crazy.
Yeah.
And becoming partners with them to change him is crazy.
Warren had always used a phrase I really liked. He said, "We make silk purses out of silk."
Yeah, forget the sow's ears.
We don't know how to make silk purses out of sow's ears.
Never will.